Okay. Ian Paul. I'm actually remembering to say a guest's name. We never do that.
Right. You really didn't. I don't think
Comedian friend Ian Paul. Welcome to the Wrong Side of the Hedge. Let's clank.
Yes, thank you so much. It's so
do you
want to
fill in the viewers on what the fuck just happened? Because it's like we've been... Andy Gordon, like, you're not going to have a camera on you tonight, right?
I mean...
Oh, you are!
Yeah!
Yay!
We still get the man, the myth.
Oh, yeah. Let me turn the time
Yeah.
Yay,
No, I mean, basically,
Andy!
this is the Immaculate Podcast.
The savior of the podcast,
We thought there was going to
Lewis.
potentially have to be a podcast to Bobo.
I know.
We're going to have to reschedule, but yeah, technical errors, but it's like, look at all this tech. You guys have such an incredible setup.
That's all Andy. Like, I did all of the stuff that looks like a kid did it, and then Andy made it, like, adult.
I just think, to me, it's more of a miracle if something doesn't go wrong when I get involved with technology. So I'm very impressed with Andy Gordon over here.
I'm always impressed.
Thrilled to be. I mean, all it is I get to spend a little extra time with my buddy Meredith. So
And you brought some sick stuff here.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard of this brand, Doritos. They make a mean chip, I will say.
They sure
make a good
do.
chip. I got a couple varieties.
Yeah, what did you bring us tonight? Yeah.
We got spicy sweet chili, which gets your mouth burning a little bit.
Got a kick to it.
Nacho. This is a classic.
I got the classic.
And the Cool Ranch. They don't fuck around though. They got all kinds of flavors now, and I don't actually think any of them are that good. Besides these three, I really don't.
I tried their barbecue last night for the first time.
It's fine.
We did this
It's not
thing
my jam.
that our friends showed us. I don't know if you've ever done it before, where I made this like taco-y, like dippy stuff.
Yeah.
And we put it in the Dorito bag.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
It was so freaking good.
You were asking me earlier about what does my algorithm like feed me?
Yes.
I'm just starting to get these. I'm at like the food trucks that do the split bag, and they take all the chips and they mix them up with their stuff.
It's
and
so smart.
That's genius.
Because then, like,
I'm
we were at
obsessed.
the beach and it's like you can't, it's like they don't have a trash can there.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh crap. Like, well, this is really easy, and then you don't have to do dishes, and then you're freaking done, dude.
Right.
That's
right.
it.
There's no trash can? Sorry, I'm stuck on that. Then what do you do with the bag? That does seem inconvenient then.
You got to bring your own trash
You bring your
bag.
own trash can now? I'm off the bat. I'm off this idea then.
That's it. You're done.
I'm done.
You drive up to every beach.
Yeah.
Do you have trash cans?
So.
Oh, yeah. And then you brought this, too.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is like...
Which is awesome. Arizona iced tea
station.
is so
I
fantastic.
do love raiding a gas station. I love the excuse to have some unhealthy foods. Anytime I drive anywhere, basically, it's like, because I go to the comedy club in Burlington, and it's like an hour for me. So when I drive home, I'm like, I gotta stop and get dinner, but where am I gonna go? It's like a bag of Doritos and a
You're
can
going to
of
go to
Arizona.
the gas station.
That's right. They call it a girl dinner. Have you got that on your algorithm yet?
A girl?
Girl dinner is a thing where you just snack for dinner. I think it's really sexist because I invented it.
Oh, I didn't even know that was supposed to be like a girl thing is to snack.
Yeah, Google it. It's like it's like a eating like a handful of goldfish and like a
I do that all.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah.
I mean, I identify, I guess, as a girl
It's
or
a
like if I've got the lady parts.
Right.
But I know many a dangler that does that.
Doesn't feed themselves well. Yeah, I don't know why girls got to. I don't know why girls got to.
We're grazers.
Where do I even hear that? I'm gonna have to Google it on my while I
I think you and I.
It's the only time I ever Google anything.
That's the last thing you Google. You're going to be Googling girl snack and smash into a tray.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Final Destination. That's total Final Destination.
And I was you're a big horror person.
But down here we like to call it horror.
Horror. Horror. I gotta get that inflection right. Horror. I think that would make me like them better.
I know.
If they all
Horror
talk
movies.
like that too. I've been getting more into I was never a horror movie kid. They freak me out.
Oh, you get too scared by them.
My thing is always like, it was always, and it's still to an extent, is like, movies I want to replicate like a good feeling. You know,
You and Andy are very
I don't
similar.
ever want to be scared. I do now, I guess, further on my life, understand like the adrenaline. It's exciting and it like makes you feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always a bit of a frightened kid.
Oh,
and you know, and
you
I
need something to
I
tip
was
you over the
skittish.
edge.
Like I didn't like when my parents left me home alone. I like the images would stick in my mind. I would watch like an episode of CSI, and then my parents would be away for the evening. I'd be like, I'm about to get fucking murked, and and so I didn't need the fuel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy, do you have Henry's power cord?
Yeah, you're all set.
Okay, thanks.
Oh.
I'm just using it right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. You can come down here and chill with us, hens. Just be careful on that skateboard that you don't like hit your head and die. I know. And then Henry will watch this later when they're like, like 30 and be like, oh, that's the day. That was the day right there.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're on.
Oh yeah,
you're
your
on
head is
candid
like
camera.
right in the camera, Henry.
We're gonna really good look at that cut.
It looks like an eclipse, Henry. It was like
Ooh,
you.
this guy Henry Eclipse. I love that.
It was a total eclipse of the schmoom. Boom. So Henry calls me a schmoom.
A schmoom?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It
nice.
always sounds so funny to
Term
hear
of
somebody
endearment.
else say it.
Yeah.
So one day, Henry called me mom, and then I think it was during COVID that Henry. So what happens with Henry and I is we'll sit in a room together, and Henry has like their video game going, and I have my puzzle going, and we're not making any eye contact, but we're just like being total idiots with each other.
Yes.
And one day, Henry goes, I don't know what it was I said, but Henry started adding an extra O to mom, and it became moom. So I was moom for a bit.
Yes.
And then I said something one day, and Henry was like, congratulations, mom. You've graduated from moom to schmoom. And then it became schmoom.
That's
And
amazing.
now it's like schmoom, schmeem, deem, anything that ends in an M. Like Henry will quiz me. Who is a deem? Who is a doom? And then Andy is anything that ends in a D. So it's deed, dod, dude. That's all
That's
Andy.
incredible.
Yeah.
I love families that have their own language, like the guys that
It's like Nell.
that's unbelievable. Yeah, no, that's so cool. I love that. I mean, my mom, I feel like I get a lot of that. I feel I don't have a family. I'm a single childless guy. I don't have a family.
Yeah, I was like,
I have my mom and dad. And
like, oh God.
I don't have kids.
Like test tube.
Because I would love that's the whole reason that I want a family.
Yes,
It's
you
because
have
I
this
love
weird-
that stuff, and my family had that too. And my mom was always making my mom is funny because what she would do is whatever words I mispronounced as a kid, that's just what she would
Yes,
start.
that's
And so
it.
that's now that we have that endless loop as well, where
Yes.
it's like. So I love that. That's amazing. Thank you for telling me.
Yes.
I wanted to tell you too, because I'm so thrilled to be here.
I
By
am
the way,
so
I think
thrilled. I have been so
Yeah.
excited about you coming all day.
You're a huge. I know from other episodes that you don't love compliments, so don't worry. I'm not gonna pour it on you.
I was like,
I'm not gonna
I was
pour it
like,
on thick.
ah.
I'm not gonna pour it on thick, but you were one of the very first people that welcomed me into the comedy scene. Do you remember at all the first like kind of interaction that we had at the comedy club?
No.
I will.
I just
I don't
remember
expect you
I've
to, 'cause I
always
was-
felt very comfortable around you.
I was actually barely involved with it. I was.
Look at me hugging my pillow.
I know you're comfortable. What are you about to hear?
I'm like, I need this pillow.
I was at the comedy club to do the open mic with my buddy who I play softball with, Matt Walker, and he was wearing the shirt, the jersey.
Was he wearing the Jason
He
and
was
the
wearing a-
Argonaut shirt?
Yes, 100. That's what it was. And it wasn't that. It was the softball team is called the Skeleton Crew, and
Yes,
so it
yes.
it's the MLB logo with the batter, but the batter's a skeleton, and it's a silhouette. And you know we were in the line to sign up, and you approached him, very friendly, outgoing individual. Is that a Jason and the Argonauts shirt? And then Matt, who is not going to watch this, but I would say this to him. He goes up there and he has fun. He doesn't necessarily have like the
He doesn't have the disease we have.
That's all right. He's not a diseased
It's not
individual.
diseased.
But that was what most of his set was about that night. Is he was like he just riffed on Jason the Argonaut, and so I very much remember just feeling like, oh, these people are fun. These people are fun, and they want to have fun. And I think you went up that night and you were hilarious. But then too, I mean, again, and I'm not just gonna glaze you the whole night, so don't worry. But
Glaze you.
it's Andy, I can tell you the slang too because I watched the Bobby episode. And you didn't know if glaze.
Yeah,
is a
what
little
is
bit
that?
of-
Is
it's-
that glazing with cum?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
I love learning something new.
It's like overly flattering somebody is glaze. You're just glazing.
That is so much shit.
Yeah, I know.
If you glaze an
It's a
entire
real,
human body.
Real bukkake
God
situation.
That's rich.
Yeah, I was hoping I was going to have a chance to talk about bukkake here on the Hedge.
That's what this basement is for.
Yeah.
It's for children's play and
Yeah.
bukkake.
As long as we kept the first 5 minutes clean, my mom will never know. She'll never know what we're talking about now after the 5 minute mark. I further really have enjoyed working with you in comedy because it wasn't the first show that but you do. I did like open mic for like 6 months or so and had a blast and just was trying to get to know people and then it was Matt Vandy that put me on my first
Matt
ever
Vandy. I
showcase
love Matt Vandy.
up at Moogs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's a gem and then Julia Colsanti did a show at,
Oh my God,
at
all
Lincoln's,
these people.
sort of an open casting call,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
I threw my hat in the ring. That was like a March Madness show. That was fun. But then then you put me on Wit and Wine, and that I can't even tell you what that did for my confidence.
Oh,
that was the
Ian.
longest set I'd ever done. I probably went like
You did so great
15
there,
or
and that is such a tough. That was such a
it was a
was
cute
such a
little-
tough
we were
room.
in a loft.
It could
It
be
was-
a really
yeah.
tough room.
Like the crowd, you mean? Like the
Yeah, it
I
was.
thought they were-
I had a hard time like having a good time at that.
You think
like,
they got a little like up the butt, stick up the butt kind of like they're at a? Are they doing a little bit of the like? Is this a little,
I mean, I don't know if they knew what to make of me. Let's
Sure.
just say that.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really blend in with my
Does
community.
anybody know? What to make? I mean, but that's a good. That's a
Yeah,
strength.
does anybody know what to make
I
of
hope
me?
you consider that a compliment and a strength because that's how I meant it.
That's really sweet.
Wit and Wine blew my mind to be able to do that show, and my mom was there, my stepdad came, and we got dinner before. It was it was so much fun, and then it was. I almost feel like that I got a little bit of cred from doing that show because it was not even a couple months later that you and I were doing the Michael Ian Black shows together, and that
Yeah.
you
Oh,
remember
dude, that was so much fun.
playing poker.
That
and
was so much fun.
He was such a nice guy, and
Yeah.
I mean, but in his own way, obviously.
Yes,
like I don't know that he
yeah.
ever fully drops character, right?
Well,
Like,
because how can he?
yeah,
like
he's-
that would
he's
be
gotta-
so
he wasn't-
exhausting.
Yeah, that was such a surreal experience, and we were talking just earlier before the cameras were rolling about what were we talking about the highs and the lows,
Yeah.
and of something else that wasn't comedy.
When we were talking about the rock climbing movie.
Oh, Free Solo.
Free Solo, yeah.
Motherfuckers that climb.
Yeah, can you bring that back up again because
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
really interesting what you were saying.
The people probably know what I'm talking about. The Free Solo rock climbing movie was nominated for an Oscar maybe 10 years ago now about Alex Honnold, who Free Solo is rock climbing without a rope, without a harness, without any. You could fall. If you fall, you die. It's like ultimate daredevil shit. And I was saying these people are broken. I mean, they're
for
broken.
real. And I loved what you said too about the people that are dating these people.
The big part of the documentary is his girlfriend, who's like kind of hoping that her love will win him back from the daredevil side, and I don't think it ever will, because I don't
So
think anything
sad. So sad.
And the part of the documentary that absolutely blows my mind. This does come back to comedy eventually, but
It doesn't have to. You're good.
he scales the whole goddamn thing, right? No rope. It's the most breathtaking. Like you're watching it on the edge of your seat. You have a feeling he doesn't plummet to his death right in front of you, but you don't
they
really
don't say
know.
it's a snuff film at the beginning.
Yeah, they don't. But
Yeah.
you never know. It was nominated for an Oscar. I feel like something has to happen.
Wow, a snuff film finally got in.
Yeah, finally. He gets to the top, and his crew, he's got cameras, drones, whatever. They catch the whole thing, of course. And then he gets to the top. He comes over the edge. he looks around, and the only thing he says is, "So delighted." I'm like, that's what you got? Yeah, you're so delighted. You know, like that's how broken this guy's brain is. Like the adrenaline, the endorphins, or whatever that you get from doing some insane shit.
I would be
like
glazing
that.
myself.
I would be glazed. El Capitan itself would be glazed.
Put like a funnel and just have it shooting up.
Exactly.
I didn't know I was a squirter, but I am now.
Oh my goodness.
I found out.
So the ways in which that I relate to Alex Honnold, of course, is I feel that after I do comedy, and I felt it so after the Michael Ian Black run. I remember this really distinctly. That weekend, that was the first time I'd ever hosted, like for a comic at the comedy club, and it was not
a pretty big one,
not a small one either. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've done a few runs since then. Of comedians who have been incredibly kind and funny, but a little bit less of the name recognition as Michael Ian Black. That was crazy for my first run, and so it was such a high. That weekend was such a high, and I really felt like I did a good job.
Yeah.
And that you were the feature, obviously, we just said, and you were hilarious, and Michael Ian Black was hilarious, and we had such a fun time hanging out together. I felt like the talent. You know, like I got you get the drink and the food, and the Vermont Comedy Club, they treat you so well.
And it felt like that's so weird, because that was like the first weekend that I didn't feel as nervous being in the green room.
Interesting.
I was kind of like that. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm fine. Like I'm part of the show now.
How many runs like that had you done at that? Was that for you?
I mean, I had hosted before, and I think
You've been promoted.
I can't remember how many times I featured before that. Like I haven't featured very many times.
Yeah.
But I remember the hardest thing for me is that green room, because you're like, I don't know if they want to talk or if they don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if they want me in here or if they don't.
Right.
But he was so welcoming.
He was very, and I had the same thought, because I even, somebody had given me sort of a tip, like, Michael Ian Black, he's
a little
like,
shy.
He's going to be nice, but he's probably,
shy.
he's not going to want to be hobnobbing, but I felt was very effusive.
Yeah.
And he was asking us questions. He wanted to know about us
He
and
was
our
so
lives.
sweet.
It was very, very good. And then he found out that you didn't know how to play poker, and he was like, bring your chick. He's a huge poker
and
guy.
Henry and I had started watching poker tournaments.
Yeah,
and
right.
so I was actually interested in it.
Yeah.
And Henry and I had started playing poker.
That was the last night, I think. We played a couple rounds of poker.
Oh my God,
in the
that
green
was
room.
so crazy.
He was teaching you the ropes.
You didn't even get to see what happened after you left.
Oh my God.
So you were out doing your set.
Yes.
And we were still going back and forth for a bit, and then he I made this horrible error, because I was like, okay, he had taught me a couple things. So I'm like, okay, let me try this on my own of how to bet the right way based off what I have.
Sure.
And
oh boy.
so
yeah.
And I'm trying to remember what I had. I think I had a pair of queens.
Okay.
And
Pocket queens?
Folded.
Oh.
And
that's an interesting choice.
Because I didn't know obviously what I was doing. And he's like, so I'm curious, what did you have? And I showed him the pair of queens, and he reverse glazed himself. I think he inverted.
Dick,
he was
convex.
that is the best hand you could have had.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
He was probably upset. He was like, I feel like I was a good teacher, but then you did.
Yes.
God, what did I
remember
not
the house
get
in
through
Poltergeist?
To...
That's what happened. He was just like.
That came onto my.
That
came onto my algorithm recently. There was a little behind the scenes about that shot. In Poltergeist.
With the gun, when they use the rifle to do it.
They pull the they pull it through
with the piano strings. Yes, it's so amazing.
And now, because my phone's in my pocket, it's listening. It's gonna show me some shit later from Poltergeist.
That's not a bad thing to have.
It's
but you get scared. So okay, we're digressing. I actually really want to know what you were coming, so you had a huge high from the Michael Ian Black.
Yeah. Well, there's not much more to the story besides for the entire week after that, I was incredibly depressed.
Yeah.
And not I would not say capital D depression, right? Because it felt temporary, but it was this big. It was like a high and a low. It felt like the week after that, just I was just blue. I was just down. I just wanted to. There's that rush and Well, you and Levi were talking about this on the Hedge. After the show, being out in the hallway,
I hate that.
I actually loved it. Like, but I think, people don't necessarily intuit this about me, but I am a huge introvert, and when I say that, like, people are like, well, you're very social, like, you're funny, whatever. Like, all that's true. Like, you put me at a wedding where I don't know anybody, like, I will make friends. Like, I'm a social guy, but I'm not going to the after party.
That's such an interesting. That's
Hotel,
so interesting.
Doritos, TV, like, that's me after a wedding.
So do you have like a set window that you're like, I can do this for about this amount of time?
Yeah, it varies probably.
And then medevac me out.
Whatever the activity is, it depends. but yeah, I definitely have a social battery for sure. And that's how I define. I mean, I think that's how introversion is defined. I didn't invent it, but it's like, it's how do you recharge?
Yes, we just learned that at Seneca at therapy.
It was huge for me because I never really knew what I am. I mean, you don't need to define yourself based on those words or whatever, but it always confused me because I liked people, I like entertaining, I like laughing with people, but then I really, really need my time.
Oh my God, that rings true for me so much.
So I think that's what it was. I think, like, I love being out in the hall. I love being the host, right? Even after the show, I'm like, hey, thanks for coming. Get home safe. Thanks for coming. Get home safe.
Oh, that's such a great thing to do.
And it's a little bit self-serving too. I'm like, if people thought I had a good set, they'll tell me that at that moment, and that will feel good too.
Yeah.
And so I do like getting compliments. Is that weird? I feel like everybody I know is like,
good.
oh, don't compliment
I think
me.
that's
I'm like,
really
let's
good.
Let's go. But I like that interaction after the show, even if they're just saying it as a, just as a pleasantry. Hey, great set or whatever. Like, oh, thanks so much. Thanks for coming. Get home safe. I really value that. And I think it's also, not that I'm looking to become like a famous comedian, but I think it's a part of building up your fans, and like people recognize you maybe more so the next time they come back if they've had a conversation or even a short one. And so I like all that. I did that every night, every show, just trying to make people feel like I was in, whatever. But then I think I way overspent my social battery doing that. And the week after that, I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I was in like a cranky mood. So it was wild. And I've tried to modulate a little, closer to equilibrium for the rest of the runs that I've done. And
do you have anything, like, sorry to cut you off, I'm just so curious,
please cut me off.
Do you
I talk way too fucking much.
But you're saying stuff that's so interesting to me because it resonates so much, like that idea of, oh, I thought I was an extrovert, but now through all the things I'm going through, so a lot of people know, I'll just say it again, I was in inpatient therapy. I was like up at the hospital for mental health, like inpatient, like for a week, living in the hospital. And now I'm in like PHP, which is partial hospitalization, the partial hospitalization program. So it's like most of my day is spent in group therapy. Wow. And one of the things so we get there at 8:30 and we leave at 1:15. And it's like 4 sessions and it's pretty intense. But like one of the things we just talked about today was sometimes you can feel like you're extroverted, but you're actually introverted. And that blew my mind because I was like, why do I always get anxious around social interactions that have a lot of people? Why do I always get exhausted after it? And then I realized that I'm actually an introvert that has a battery. Yeah. And I'm so curious to see, do you feel physically your battery when you're in those social situations? Like, oh, I'm noticing that, like, for me, it's like my heart rate starts to go up and I'm starting to like kind of like, ooh, okay, I'm feeling maxed out. Do you have that, or will you go to the edge and then the next day you'll just be completely drained?
I think more of that. I can't think that about. I'm going to think on it for just a moment.
Sure.
The words come out.
Take a sip of your amazing beverage. Andy, actually, I'm really curious about what you think too. Like, because I think everybody believes that you're extroverted because you and I used to do comedy together. And everybody sees you like that, knows that you did comedy like as this goofy, funny guy. And like, I know you in such a different way, and I'm wondering if you have, like, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Yeah. Sorry for the audio. I don't have a microphone. But you can still hear me. It's just gonna be echoey.
Project.
Yeah.
Use them old theater. Yeah.
We can share this dick if you want.
Yeah.
Theater or theatre?
No, I mean, I'll keep it short because of that. But I totally agree with what you both are saying. Like, I think people can get, I don't know, not tricked, but they think that I'm an extrovert because I like to be goofy, I like to be funny, I'm expressive, but that doesn't mean that's maybe naturally how I am. It's just all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm right there with you. Like, I need my downtime. I need to step away. I'm probably more of an introvert than an extrovert.
Well, that's really how I like to frame it for people is where do you draw your energy? Because true extroverts, they do genuinely need to be around people. That's how they recharge. It blows my mind to think there's people like that, but that's what that is.
I have a friend that says that. She's like, I actually have to work on spending time by myself.
Yeah, like they get stir crazy.
I'd be like,
I could spend a
dude,
week
I
alone.
can't. Yes,
I'd be
COVID was
chilling, dude.
amazing for me.
Yeah, COVID. You know what? COVID is funny because I had that reaction as well at first.
Yeah.
And when COVID hit, I was living with 2 roommates who had jobs. But then when COVID hit, they were working at home. And so it was like, there was all these memes out there that was like, introverts during COVID, like, actually, it's not so bad or whatever. But introverts with roommates, I was like, get the fuck out of the house. Because it's not even just like, I want my me time. It's like, I want you out of the house. I want to be able to like walk around naked or what.
Yes,
not even,
walking
but like,
around naked.
do whatever I want. And then it became this like, cramped cabin fever situation where I was fine being home, but I didn't like having everybody home all the time. So but I think that to me, it was the most helpful reframe for me. And it's what I like to do with people who don't seem to understand. I think it's a common misconception that like extrovert means you're social and introvert means you're not social.
Yes.
You don't like socializing.
That
And
was
that's
such
just
a big
not
thing.
what it is. And it really is a lot more about like what ultimately at the end of the day, what do you need to do to recharge yourself?
Yeah.
And for me, it's absolutely the wedding example I use a lot because I think I've been to a lot of weddings and I just know so well from experience, like when I'm done.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun. And I had a blast. It's not that I hate love or weddings or whatever. Like I said,
it's not that I hate
I'm
love.
not mad at you. I'm just tired. Maybe that's.
Oh my God!
Maybe
I
that's
want
my
that
first
as a
special.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
Not mad at you.
need
I'm
to.
just tired.
I'm just tired.
That's actually really good.
Also, that is like good for me to hear because what happens with me is if someone's face is not. If I'm not getting like a certain energy, I'm like, oh, they're mad at me. I will instantly go to, I did something wrong. They're mad at me. Even if it's just like their resting face. If they're not like clown happy, I'm like, they're mad at me.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm just tired. I had a long day.
I think a lot of people in comedy can probably relate. I can very much relate to that. And it's to me, that so strongly goes back to my youth. This is like, boy, we're gonna get real. Because,
well, no, like I'm totally fine with that if you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait. Okay, we've got to.
Oh yeah,
bump it up a notch.
Yeah.
If we're getting into this, then I need. Like,
I didn't even buy
Oreos.
these at the gas station. I brought these from home because I don't want to eat them all myself.
These are loaded. Can you explain what makes these loaded, Ian Paul?
They're loaded with like double the amount of cream filling. What I love about these though is that the cream filling is cookies and cream flavored.
Yes.
So it's basically this is like Oreo flavored Oreos.
Oh, that's why they're so
Which is
amazing.
like,
and then you deep fry the hell out of this, and oh my God, I would.
No,
Andy, okay, can we like hand this? Is there a way of like messaging that? Because Oreos are my favorite.
Thank you.
So Andy, for my birthday, Oreos are my favorite cookie, and for my birthday, Andy always buys me a box of Oreos and milk, and the Stafford Creamery milk. And that's like all I want. And then sometimes I'll be like, I just want to go see a movie by myself. Yeah. And that's what I want for my birthday.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I love you guys.
Yeah, man.
Well, you do now.
Yeah.
Wait till you find out what's that chair stuffed with.
Yeah,
Remember I told you it had some bad mojo.
About the grandma that died in
It's
this
stuffed
chair.
with my grandmother's pubes.
Oh my god! I'm taking it home with me as a souvenir. I had a chair like this once. We called it dumpster chair, which wasn't a really good name for it because we didn't find it in a dumpster. Okay, we found it next to a dumpster, and we were in our early 20s, me and my roommates, and we brought it in, and it lived in our house, the four of us, for a number of years. And then when we all moved out, I was desperate to keep dumpster chair, and they were totally fine with that. Nobody wanted it except for me.
Anthropomorphize? Did I get that right? Like objects?
Oh, yeah.
I do too.
It's gone now, but it stayed with me for the next 7 or 8 years, and until it was so broken. So broken that it couldn't work as a chair anymore.
You were keeping that for you, and you need to put it out of its misery.
It
was time.
When it finally went, it was like spring 2021. You know, I had been stuck at home for a full year, way more recliner sitting than any recliner at that age of life was ever going to be able to handle. Too much butt time, and it sagged in. I couldn't get up. It was, but when I had to get rid of it, this is the kind of person that I am. I was so sad.
I am too.
I get
I
so
can't
sentimentally
get rid
attached
of
to
that
things.
chair because I like.
Yeah, I was just talking about this with my mom. I just was with my mom. This actually, we
gotta get back to like when you were
I feel like
little
we have, like,
Ian.
18 different dropped threads so far.
This is how these shows always go, dude.
It drives me crazy when I listen to podcasts, but I love being in it. So, you come do the show. I was just with and I wanted to tell you this because it cracked me up. My mom recently turned 70, and I got together with her and my stepdad and my sister and her family. We were just down in Brattleboro and just last night, and I was, we were talking about travel plans, come back on Tuesday, whatever. I was like, I got to go back tomorrow. I'm shooting a podcast. Very official sounding. They were like, ooh. And I was like, nah, don't.
Yeah, no.
It's like a local comedian pie where like, we're going to pretend like we're famous. And
Right.
talk about this. Like, anybody's like, oh, I wonder what Ian Paul thinks about trauma. Like, nobody knows who the fuck that I am. So, but I was like, that's all I said. I was like, it's a local comedian. And my sister goes, oh, I saw Meredith the other day. And I was like, Meredith Gordon? She was like, yeah. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? So, okay. So before I creep you guys out too much. Okay. So first of all, she knows who you are because she came to the Michael Ian Black shows.
Okay.
So she reckoned, so that was the first piece of the puzzle I had to put together. I was like, first of all, the second thing is that she didn't know that it was your pot. All I said was it's a local comedy. She heard local comedy. That made her think of you. So that's why she brought you. A total coincidence. But where she saw you too.
You guys were fucking in the woods.
Were you recently at Button Bay?
Yes.
State? Yeah. So that's where. So she saw you and your fam, and she was like, I didn't say anything because she was like, if you were there, Ian, I would, and I was like, yeah, of course. But she was like, I thought it would be creepy. I thought it'd be weird. I'm like, oh, I'm a fan of your comedy. I was like, you should have, because I think
that would be fun.
I don't know, but I some people also like their privacy too. But
I get that.
Yeah. She was just like, she wasn't so 100% sure on the idea.
Yes.
That she
and
was
I had my headphones on. Headphones on.
That probably wasn't.
Yeah.
She also wasn't really sure if she really found you funny.
Yes, she was like.
And she was like, I only saw her left tit, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
I was naked. It was weird.
And then my mom was, she's keeping up with the conversation. She was like, oh, the woman. I was like, that's the one.
Yay!
So you're Vermont famous for sure.
That's insane.
That
also, hi, Ian's sister. What is your sister's name?
Sage.
Sage.
Yeah. Yes.
I love that name. Sorry, I'm burping, and I'm trying not to do it in the mic.
You know what's interesting too about Sage?
Hi, Sage. Also, always say hi. Like, say hi to anybody that you know. Like, if you think they're cool. Like,
I think so.
I guess that's the thing we can promote, right? Yeah. If you think someone's cool, say hi.
Yeah, heckle me. Come up in public and let me know. That there was one time. There was one time just during the first 6 months I was doing open mics, and I did one open mic set that was about having a dad bod, and it was one of my better earlier ones. It's morphed a little bit into some other, I don't really do that material anymore, but I was on the corner of the comedy club after the show, and like a car of people drove past. College students, and they like rolled down the window and were like, "Dad bod," and I was
awesome.
like, "Yo!" And I was like with my friends, and they were like, "Yo, you have fans?" I was like, "What the fuck?" That was crazy.
The bad thing that happened with me was I did a show at Magic Hat. They used to do a Magic Hat brewing show.
Yeah.
And there was this table of people there that were they were having a great time, which is like, oh my God, you can have the smallest crowd, but if they're having a great time, it can feel like a huge room.
I love that.
And so it was like a party of like, they looked like old time, like high school friends that were getting together. It just looked like The Big Chill, like that movie.
Yeah.
So I was wearing my like bright blue flip flops that I just always wore back then. And I do a lot of jokes for people that haven't seen my stand up. I do a lot of jokes about Andy and my sex life.
Yeah.
And so
You got a whole runner.
yeah. It's a lot of like my inept
stuff. Yeah.
sexual
You do it so
escapades.
good.
And so Andy and I were walking downtown, and I had the blue flip flops on, and this group of people come up, and they're like, "Oh my God, we saw you the other night." And I'm like, "Oh, you're that table." And then they turned to Andy, and they're like, "Are you Andy?" And I was like, "Oh crap! Like you can't in Vermont talk about your sex with your husband and then walk with your husband with the same blue." They're like, "You can't wear those all the time. You got to change your shoes." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess like if I have bright blue things, everyone." So I was like,
true.
"Okay, Vermont is so small.
It's really small.
That we're gonna bump into people. Like the fact that your sister had like knew me, like it, like people are gonna know you. Like you can't, like, I was thinking the other day, like, if you had sex with somebody and gave them an STD,
not gonna be a
you
problem.
could watch it progress because you just keep seeing them. You're like, oh, there goes the chlamydia. They're getting it's getting worse because you would just keep bumping into them.
Yeah. Not physically, hopefully.
yeah.
You don't want it back. Gave it to you, no regifting.
I give it to him, he give it to me, and then just keep going, back. And then somehow the cat got it in there. I don't know what happened.
It's such a small state. I've been recognized, and I don't even do. I mean, I'm still really enjoying the comedy stuff, but I'm not doing it a ton.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I'm doing I'm doing more so sort of the gigs that I am getting asked to do more than the open mics these days. So a lot because of the drive. I don't live in Burlington. I live in an hour north, and it's fun. Like it's been an amazing way to sort of make friends and meet people, and a great creative outlet, of course. And let's be honest, it's a coping mechanism.
It really
for all
is,
of us, and it's a good one too.
Yeah, it
because
is.
God, was it? I just spent the last like 4 hours listening to Hedge podcast. It was one of the earlier episodes. I think that you were talking a little bit maybe about comedy as a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
But I really think I think it was Bobby who was like, you gotta be able to laugh. He had some very quotable line about you have to have the discipline to laugh at everything.
Oh my God, they were just talking about that at therapy. They're like, which rang true. Like pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh
shivers.
my God, that's like, it's kind of how comedy is though. Like you can feel the pain because everybody feels it.
Yeah.
But I found that, so I got out of inpatient therapy, and then I had a weekend home, and then I was just feeling, unfortunately, which I wish society would change. I wish you would not feel so much shame about going to the hospital for mental health. Just because you don't have a cast on your arm or it's not visible doesn't mean like it's any less of an issue. Like you need to.
Yep.
And so I was just feeling so shameful about it. I'm a mom with 2 kids. I just feel like and this is something I really wanted to talk about tonight, because I was talking to another mom that had also done inpatient at the hospital. And it's this really sad thing where you're a mom and or a parent. If you're taking care of kids and you worry that people are going to find out that you are in the hospital for this, and it's going to affect your child's social life. Like, people are not going to allow their child to come over to your house because you were dealing with some mental health issues and you had to be hospitalized for it. And that, as a parent, is so sad that you're like, shit, I hope that something that's happening with me doesn't affect my child's social growth. And so there's this tendency to hide things because you already feel shameful about it, but then you're like, I don't want my child to suffer because of something that I've gone through, which is so shitty, because the more you isolate, the worse this gets. And then I always worry that now my kid might have to isolate because of this. And so it was really shitty. So I had all of this crap, and then
we're talking about the layers.
Yeah, there's so much layers. There's so many layers to it. And so I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm going to go to an open mic, and I haven't been to one in a bit because it's been hard. It's been hard for me to go in crowds, and I'm finding out that I have really bad noise sensitivity. We're kind of thinking I might be on the spectrum. And so I wear headphones, and those draw attention. But I'm like, fuck it. If I can laugh at this, then it takes away the power. Yeah. And so I just went and I did 4 minutes, and people were laughing about it, and the power of that just went away. And that's what comedy does. It takes away the power of something that can be, the power is such a negative thing. Yeah. It takes away the negative power of something.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for doing that.
Yeah, it was terrifying, and I haven't been back. And
was that this last?
It was like a couple weeks ago. It was like right when I got out. Okay. And I just had to do it to help myself feel like it wasn't such a big deal. And then I saw this amazing friend at the skate park. I've started picking up skateboarding, and I have this amazing friend who I posted about on Instagram. And he saw my Instagram post, and he was with some of our other friends. And he's like, dude, I saw you. He's like, and I said to everybody, holy shit, Meredith was in the loony bin. And I was like, oh, like it just felt so good to have someone joke about it. And and I was like, that felt so good. And he goes, well, you're not a patient, you're a human. And to have him say that was just really meaningful to me. And I want people, like, if you are watching this, like, you're not a patient, you're human. Yeah. And you just needed some help. And like, I'm sorry that you don't have a cast on you so that people treat you with a little bit more kindness around it.
It's one of those things with invisible ailments. Yeah. Right? And like chronic pain as well. Just anything that you can't see, you can convince yourself isn't really a big deal. Or if other people have it worse, why can't I?
The pain Olympics.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And so I really admire the way that you're very honest and open and vulnerable.
Thanks, Ian. That's really sweet.
On social media and here on the podcast.
My face is like getting all red. Like, it's still a hard thing for me to do.
Well, it's hard to talk about. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a secret that a lot of people do comedy as a way to cope with hard things. But I think taking it to that level of vulnerability and saying, like, this is what I'm going through, and I'm not gonna shut up about it just because society would maybe be like more comfy if I did. Right. I think that's badass. And by the way, I think that's an incredibly positive example to set for your kids.
Thanks so much, Ian. Because they're like the thing I worry the most about this is like, the buck stops with my kids. Like, it always will.
It has to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what, I think the fear of like the social, I think that's very admirable to consider, like what your kids might have to experience. But I also think more so like they're watching you.
Yeah.
And how you handle this and go through this, and when your kids, or if your kids, probably when, because we all go through hard times in life, they'll know that they can do it, right? Because they'll have seen that they can do it. So I think it's really amazing.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
I wouldn't, and I don't have kids, but I work with kids, you know,
Yeah.
and I think I try when I'm a high school guidance counselor, and
I mean, their high school kids are going through so much. Crap.
They are, and then they do that same thing too that you were just talking about, is like they're going through it and then they pile more on themselves because they're like, I'm going to, but I shouldn't, like other people have it worse, or like I'm just like, I'm an idiot, or I'm
That's
stupid.
crazy that you see it at such a young age. And I mean, that makes me so sad that we think that this negative self-talk is stuff that happened because of our being in the job, you know, being as a part of the job. Like, it's not. It starts like so
the
far
inner monologue
back.
started. I mean, I have colleagues in elementary counseling. It's way even younger. I meet the kids when they're 14, you know, and it starts way sooner than that too. So but it's okay, because I think all it is that you're starting to have your internal monologue.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things in society that that lead that internal monologue to be something and be negative and be self-hating and all that. But that's what we're here for, right? And we're here to help that internal monologue build a different voice, build a more positive voice, and avoid, like, really it's about being like letting yourself be a human. I think is your friend's comment is so effective, because nobody's going through life like I've got it nailed every step of the way, every year, every birthday. I just get smarter and better, and I figure like everybody's just figuring it the fuck out. Is there?
So true. It's really true.
Well, you can just remind yourself that like everybody's doing this. High school is a hard time because you want to not. You want to fit in. You want to not stick out. But you feel like you do. You have that spotlight feeling, like everybody's watching me, and everybody thinks I like dress weird, and like you just want to maybe kind of conform and just get everybody to stop looking at you. And then like kind of when you leave high school, maybe a little bit while after that, you realize like it's actually much better to be a little bit different, be a little bit more yourself, and not just blend in with the crowd. And so I just try to. I think the important thing to do is to be real, yourself, and to lead. I don't want to say lead by example. It's kind of a cliche, but like I don't mind being weird, right? I like to be weird, and I like to show the kids that like it's so much better to be weird, than to not be. You know, because like what are you? Because
all of those kids that like the thing that I've learned, and I think it's been like this huge wake up call for me, and it's made me. I feel like a better person, hopefully, is that the people that you think are conforming, they have these cool parts of them that you just don't, they are scared to show. Or like I used to, like, when I first like moved to like this community, I was really nervous because I was like, dude, this is like, these people are all in a different tax bracket than I am. And they all drive like very similar cars, and they all wear very similar clothes.
It's a rough town.
Then if you start to like talk with them, you're like, oh, like you are totally a film nerd, and you totally love doing this too. Like all of that stuff is like, some of it I think is just like, just get me through the day. Like, I just need to look like everybody so that I can then get home to my comfort zone, and then I can just let that all go.
Yeah.
And every woman here takes her bra off when she gets home, because nobody goes to bed wearing a freaking push-up bra.
Yeah, crazy.
And like, the other thing that I used to like always think about is like, oh, I don't really like wearing makeup. So like the people that do that, like, oh, like they're really full of themselves and da-da-da-da-da. And then I got to like, really know like other people, and like, no, that's self-care. That's like you trying to like, this is how I get up in the morning, and this is what makes me feel confident to go out. And if that's what helps you like navigate all of this bullshit that we have to deal with, is putting some fucking eyeliner on, like fucking do it. Like, who am I to say that that's wrong? And the other thing I just barely realized, and I'm so excited to actually share this, I wore And Ian, I don't know this. You might be the wrong audience for this, but somewhere someone's gonna get this.
Yeah, no, hit me. I'm ready to receive.
Okay, so I bought when I was a young Mormon child. We were not allowed to wear bikinis. You're not allowed to wear anything that shows your midriff. Like you have to wear a one-piece bathing suit.
Oh wow.
And so I never wore a bikini. I didn't understand, like, why would you want your stomach to show? Why? And then then I would see, this typical, the typical, thing that every woman is fed. Like, this is the body that is meant for a bikini. Yes, 100%. And then look, Ian, I think I'm going to sell you on a bikini. I swear to God, I think I'm going to sell you on it. Or I think I'm going to sell people on it, maybe.
Yep.
But this year I was like, you know what? Like, I've seen some really badass women that rock these two-piece bathing suits, and they don't have this skinny mini tiny body, and they look so fucking badass because they're just out there rocking a bikini. So I got something that's not like a string bikini, but it's like
teeny
board
weeny
shorts.
Yeah.
And it's like a top that my stomach shows.
Sure.
For the first time ever in my life. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. I went to OGE. I got it on consignment.
Yep.
Okay. I was like,
that's where you're going to lose
not
me.
brand new. I was like, okay, I'm just at least going to have one that has a little bit of love in it.
Yeah.
And so I wore it to the beach, and I was like, holy shit, this is the most comfortable bathing suit I've ever freaking worn. And I didn't understand that a lot of women probably wear them because they're comfortable. Because for me anyway, if I could go without wearing a shirt, I would, because you have to wear this really tight, wet thing over your whole body. Yeah. And it's really tight, and it doesn't feel good. Yeah. But then you're like, okay, well, society says I've got to cover up my tits, so I'll do that. But then the rest of this is fucking awesome. Yeah. I'm so comfortable. So I didn't understand that those two things could go together, and it helped me see that whole thing in a new way. Yeah. So
that's really interesting.
It's so interesting that you're not doing it to try to attract somebody, or you could be doing it for that.
I would do it. That would be my primary motivation. But I can let my tits blast. You're not going to sell me on a bikini because that would be more restrictive than I currently.
Wait, Ian, I just wanted to see you in some pasties.
No, yeah.
You could just start. You're the reverse. You're slowly starting to add things. It's growing.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the one piece before you know it. Yeah. Or I'm going to have the reverse journey as you. Actually, I could cover up more of this. That'd be a lot more comfortable. If I could just be head to toe, nothing showing. That's my comfort zone. Don't look at me at all.
But that's it. It's what do you feel comfortable in?
Where's your comfort
If you felt comfortable, if Ian Paul went to the beach and was like, dude, I've never felt the most comfortable. This is the most comfortable I've ever felt. And you're rocking a Speedo and a couple pasties. I'd be like, awesome. Go swim, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to get in the water and swim.
I think it's just part of as you get older too, just the less you fucking care.
Yes, which is great.
I've been loving it.
Because how old are you now, Ian, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, well, why don't you guess?
Well, it's hard because you're really emotionally intelligent, which usually comes with age. So it's hard because.
What if we did it as a game? Ask me 3 movies.
Oh yes, this is great.
And then try to figure out.
I already know one thing,
because
your scary show was CSI and ours was Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay.
So that's a very different. That's very different.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, do you want? Because you haven't weighed in on a bit. Do you have anything about bikinis that you want to add? Would you feel comfortable rocking a banana hammock?
Meredith's new bikini?
I love that we're calling it a bikini. It's not. It's a tankini, but without the hide your stomach part. It's if you just snip. It's like wearing a jog bra. Yeah. That's what it is. It's like a jog bra that you can swim in.
Sure. Okay.
That's it. And I also like the fact that you can fucking go from like business to pleasure so freaking fast. Like, I just threw a t-shirt over the top of that thing and I was like ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe try what was a TV show that you grew up watching?
Yes.
What was your favorite band as a kid?
Oh, Andy, that's perfect.
And
yep.
What was a big fashion, like clothing?
Or fashion, if you will.
Fish.
Yeah.
Before I answer those questions, I will say I do think you could pull off a banana hammock, like Speedo. You seem like a Speedo kind of guy. That's not.
Wait, Andy, will you please? Yes.
I can't imagine
please
you
tell that
haven't.
story.
Yeah.
Please, Andy. Tell the story about the pink thong.
I mean, right, in college.
Yes, the pink thong.
Yeah. Okay, so in college, I'll try to make this quick too.
Of course.
In college, I took an art class, like you will when you're in a liberal arts
Yes.
setting.
Oh my God. So many good art classes.
Why not?
Why not?
You're already blowing.
Yo,
like,
yeah.
40,000. What's another like 20?
Yeah.
And anyways, so I took an art class, and the art teacher, wonderful man. I think he might still be alive. I hope he is. Awesome dude.
Let's go. We love them when they're still alive. We love old surviving
He hasn't
kings.
gone over the Rainbow Bridge yet.
No, but he pulled me aside one day, and he was totally respectful and like totally was like giving me an out, zero pressure. But I know this.
There's so much, Andy. You're like so leading up to like, and you know, he gave me an out. I didn't need like.
and you raped me.
I wasn't being groomed. I was not being groomed.
He didn't groom me.
I groomed
like
myself.
a chimp. Yeah, I groomed myself.
Sounds like you might have had to literally do that to get into a pink bikini.
He's like, read this
Or
literature
ping
and then come.
No, he asked me, do you want, or not do you want, but would it be okay for me to draw you in a Speedo?
I thought, man, I really thought this was going to like, would you want to be a class model? He was
This is a private session.
situation.
This is a private
Continuous
session.
story.
I mean, that's
Ian's like thinking here as a guidance counselor going, there's so much wrong with
Do
this
not tell me what
scenario."
college you went to. I'm a mandated reporter.
I was going to say, are you a mandated reporter? Yes, you are.
Well, there's a statute of limitations. Yeah.
just don't look at my LinkedIn. Don't scroll too far down.
Just
The
on your
picture's on
OnlyFans,
his
that's all,
LinkedIn.
yeah.
It's his profile picture.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, so I posed, in a Speedo, and he drew me in a Speedo, and I'm like,
yeah.
that's cool. Like,
But where is the picture? We've never seen it. We've never seen the picture. I think he kept it for his personal
Yeah.
stash. Andy, I think he glazed it. I think
yeah, maybe.
that's instead of Mod Podge. He's
Sounds like
this
the-
needs to be kept for posterity, and he hosed that thing
It's
down.
a little bit of a glazing. Sounds like, yeah. Well, that's wild. I've never been prepositioned in that way.
So you admit you've been prepositioned, but just not in that way.
Not in that way.
Okay.
Yes, not quite so blatantly.
Do you have any preposition stories?
Well, now that Andy was telling that story, I was thinking about the answers to the questions.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Ian is so
now
adult.
I can because
Ian's
this
so
all started with
adult.
me being like, guess my age,
Right.
which is so
Ian,
stupid.
you were the first guest that actually remembers where the pin has been and like actually goes back to it.
I think there's several pins. That I
oh my
forgot, yeah.
god, that is like
I'm
you're
used
the
to
first
tracking
like adult.
erratic thought.
Thank
through,
God.
like, through a
You
session.
need to be here for every
Yeah.
single episode just to
I'll
help Andy
produce.
and I. Okay.
So what I will say for TV show that I watched growing up, here's what I'm gonna say. I'll give you my favorite comedy show and my favorite comedy movie.
Okay.
And this is from my adolescence. So
Okay.
you're not like
Oh,
this,
Andy, these were such good questions.
not like
that you
0 to
asked.
10 years. This was like from between ages 10 and 20.
Okay.
I gotta say and can I give you like a family of movies?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think sure. Yeah.
They're not like connected, but Will Ferrell, like in Anchorman,
okay.
Step
Andy,
Brothers,
Anchorman. Oh Jesus.
that he was like, old school, like
Yes.
the god.
Yes.
He was our god. Okay. And I've actually been told I give John C. Reilly.
yeah.
Uh,
I thought that's so
I've heard that so many times. Can I tell you
so
one of my
many times
actual
about you.
one of my literal favorite. I did a
Oh my God, that's so true.
I did like a TikTok at the start of the summer. That was just me ranting about Dunkin' Donuts changing their fucking meal deal on me. I'm addicted, and it's not their fault. Liam Welsh reached out. I love that guy. I love him.
Oh God,
And-
you guys have to do something together.
Oh, we did. Oh,
You did?
I have to tell you another story to put a pin in it, Ian. But
Oh my God.
he reached out and was like, John C. Reilly all day. And one of my all-time favorite moments as a guidance counselor, I was teaching a lesson to some ninth graders, and one of them goes, you sound just like the curly-haired guy from Step Brothers. And another one hears that and is like, no. He sounds exactly like Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh my God.
And I was like, listen, I'm about to blow your fucking mind. Same guy.
Same.
One and the same. And so I've gotten that before. Liam, very quick digression, because I wanted to talk about this as well, because I was laughing my ass off listening to Bobby Pellegrino talk about the preparation for the Eagles club. Because I did that show. I did that show.
I want to know
on that
about
show.
it so bad.
I can give you the post story. Like, he was all the pre. I can give you all the post. So I wasn't supposed to be on it.
Yeah, didn't he have someone that was in
lineup.
the sick or something?
He didn't ask me. It's cool. I put him on a show. He didn't want to put me on one. It's all right. I'm not upset. He had somebody bail on the lineup.
Oh God, are you gonna do a diss track now about
Bobby, you don't want the smoke, Bobby. I love you, Bobby. I love that, man. We've talked about doing a podcast. I've totally bailed on that, Bob. I will get back on the podcast train with you, my man. But so he put out a general he didn't even reach out to me directly. He put something. I was like, can anybody fill in? It was
Oh my God, that sounded just like him,
I know.
actually.
He's not a very hard impression to do.
It's really good. That was really good.
And it was the same night as the Vermont Comedy Awards, which is it's just a fun community thing that they do. And so I was like, sure, I'm probably not winning an award. I went to the award for the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I went and did a show at the Eagles Club. And Liam Welsh was in town, and he wormed his way onto the Eagles Club too. I mean, Bobby, I think, was kind of like.
I'm just picturing Liam going like.
Oh, yeah. Well, because he's funny as hell. Anybody would put him on anything.
Agreed.
And it would make the show better. So he was like, I could do it. And Bobby was like, please. And so he and I drove from the club from the Vermont Comedy Club to the Eagles Club together. And I had no idea what to expect. You hear Eagles Club and you're like, what the fuck? I've been to like a VFW before. I didn't know,
yeah, the VFW shows are always great.
A Rotary club. All I figure is it's going to be like old people.
Yeah.
And that is what it was. It was very old people, and the lineup was, Krista Petronic,
yes,
who recently moved, and then Jesse Body.
Oh my God,
Max Palmer.
This is such a crazy
Liam
lineup.
and me.
Oh my God.
And oh God, they didn't like us. You know what? I shouldn't even have said that. They did, but there was some. So Max is hysterical.
Yes, and he's supposed to come on.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's gonna be an amazing guest.
Yes.
And I love that guy.
I can't wait.
But he's got some pretty out there material.
He sure does.
And also, maybe not reading the room.
Yeah, especially the grandma.
Yeah, he locks in. He locks in, and I swear to God, no, actually, you know what? I shouldn't even say he wasn't reading the room, because I feel like he did read the room, and he just took it. He went even.
Yeah, it's kind of brave. You're like, this is me, dude.
I would describe it as steering into the skid. It was like not necessarily intuitive, but probably the right thing to do in the moment.
Yeah.
And I think back often to the last Vermont Comedy Awards, the story that you and Jared and Max Higgins had about your bomb at the corporate, which is one of my absolute favorite moments that I've ever seen on the Vermont Comedy Club stage. It's the three of you telling that story. Genius. I was in stitches. But that's what it felt like, because it really did feel like, I wouldn't say we bombed. But there were some. It was a room of probably 15 to 20 retirees.
Oh man.
who had a very certain kind of humor, and they really were drunk, and they really they were drinking quite heavily,
man.
and they really wanted to be part of the show, and so they were into
dear.
it, but like not always in a nice way.
So that's
like,
not delightful.
it was not always delightful.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had fun with it though, and that's what felt really fun about it. Is like the story that you, Max, and Jared told. I was still very early in my comedy career. I just remember like. Ironically, I hope I get to experience something like that someday, because the way that the three of you told the story just made it sound like it's like bonding in the trenches. You're out there, you're just doing it. You'll take a mic, whatever room. I'm just trying to get some reps. I'm trying to, do the thing. And you're gonna wander yourself into some fucking shitty rooms.
Yes.
And you're gonna do some comedy in front of people that do not like you or what you're saying to them.
Yes, even though they have asked for this.
Which is brutal for a bunch of stand-up comics who that's literally the only reason we do this, is just to prove to ourselves that people still like us.
Yes.
Even 5 seconds later after they laughed at the one joke, are they still gonna laugh at this next one? You still like me, or are you mad at me now?
I'm going deeper in now.
It's this
Here we go.
constant thrumming, like, do you still like me? It's hard to be around us. And it felt like that. I loved, it was fun with Krista and Jesse and Max and Liam and Bobby. We're just laughing, you're in kind of a fucked up room, and
and you're laughing at how bad it is.
Yeah,
how bad.
So it was a
it's
bonding
going.
experience. I had so much fun doing it. I would definitely do the Eagles Club again. Wow, that was a long tangent. I'm glad I went down
No, because
it.
I was actually so curious about that show, and because I had seen him post that, and I was curious to see how it ended up.
Yeah, I have.
Your story did not disappoint.
I have my whole set on. It was taped, but I haven't put anything out yet. It was funny because this is the only place I have a bit where I talk about the first time I ever saw my bald spot. I was at the grocery store at the self checkout.
Oh,
and they've
I
got,
hate
the,
that
the
thing.
bald spot cam. It's I don't even know where. That's what I do on stage. I'm like, where do they even put the camera? Yeah, it's like movie magic.
It's like the polar opposite of the kiss cam.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, this sucks. I didn't need to see that.
You're having something to press you. And goodbye.
You're about to overpay for eggs. Something else to piss you off.
There's
today.
the bald spot cam, and there's is this cancerous cam?
And
they zoom in on a mole.
Right. And then you ask the cashier if they need to see your ID for the 6 bottles of wine you're getting, and they're like, don't even worry about it. You're good.
And how did you get Vicodin? Where are they giving this out? How did you get this?
The point is, you're not having a good day already at that point in time.
And rope?
What's happening? Yeah. And there's no welfare checks at the grocery store, so they just let you buy it. But so I was doing that bit the first time, and obviously I wear a hat, and then I have the tag at the end that's like, that's obviously before I became a hat guy. It was the day before I became a hat guy. And I was moving on. I was segueing out of the bit. And then like I said, people in the crowd, somebody just goes, let's see it.
Oh my God, it's like, show me your tits.
They're like,
you gotta
let's see the bald spot.
Tits.
I'm like, okay. I mean, at that point, I was just having fun with it. I was like, I'm not gonna do this on a normal stage. But I took my hat off and I turned around and I bent over backwards, and I was like, there it is. I showed him and
I wish I could have seen that.
It was so bad.
Oh my God.
I thought it was so funny at the time that I was like, I'm definitely posting that on socials like that, because that's funny. That's like a unique thing. You're not necessarily burning your material because it was something that's not going to happen at every show.
Yeah.
But then I watched it back and I was like, I can't let everybody see my bald spot like that. It's so it's even worse. It's the second time I've seen my bald spot was watching that show back. And
which lighting situation was better for it though? Was the comedy situation, did it have better lighting for it, or did the grocery store those halogen bulbs?
Oh my God, dude. The hospital lights at the grocery store
buzz when it's too quiet.
Yeah, no, the lighting wasn't good at the Eagles. What do you mean? It was too good. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it was we're like, what's? It was just there
was
no lighting. The lights were on. Is basically what the lighting was, and there was the ice machine was making loud thumping sounds. The mic literally kept coming in and out. It was cutting in and out.
Oh
and so at a certain point, everybody was like, just stop using the mic. We're like, we're not gonna.
I need to have something in my hands.
It's like
you don't
such
understand.
a comfort. I'm not gonna,
Yes, I need
I'm not
something
like Ricky
between you
Gervais
and me.
with like I'm like I'm like I need this is.
I can't do Britney Spears.
Yeah, I'm not Britney. I'm not Britney. Lest you think, lest you had thought you got Britney. You ain't got Britney.
I'm not Britney.
I ain't Britney. I'm not doing the Brit. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth with the audience, but then afterwards they were all very, very kind, of course.
That's awesome.
Like too kind. Dude, that was the other
Like
thing.
someone gave you a handy?
Yeah,
or...
no, like I possibly could have gotten there. I left though, but like they were very into it.
Like some lady was like,
well, when I said earlier how I've never been propositioned in that way.
okay,
yeah.
wait, I have a story for you.
Let's go.
Okay, so this story broke my mind this weekend. Oh, Annie, what time is it, by the way?
Well, the timer is like on this little tiny monitor.
Oh,
I can
no.
just tell you what time it is. It's 8:45.
Okay. All right, what if we go for like 15 more
I
minute?
think I can read it. I think we've been going for an hour and 24.
That's not bad, dude.
We should culminate with you guessing my age.
Oh, shit! God damn it! This is like Jared with
No.
the freaking beat. No, we have
I
to
want
guess
your
the
story.
age. We have to guess the age.
Then I'll very quickly answer the rest of the questions. My favorite show, still, and from growing up, teenage years, was Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Okay.
Which fits.
I'm getting a
timeline.
sense if you are Andy.
I am too. Like
Yeah.
early 2000s when he was a kid. So do the
Yeah. Yeah.
And what were the other? There was a band. Favorite band growing up. My
Andy will
first
tell
favorite
me.
band was the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, that's timeless though. That's pretty timeless.
Yeah, very timeless. Very.
Yeah.
I will. I'll help. The first Red Hot Chili Peppers album that I heard that got me into them was By the Way, which came out in 2001.
Okay.
I'm really giving you the layups.
I know.
Yeah, and
It's
then
like, wow.
There was another one, but I feel like you have enough. You can probably throw out a guess as to like year I was born.
okay, so
I feel like decade younger than us, babe. I feel like
I-
30.
oh, sorry, I'm not switching here. I'm like so.
Oh, I don't
I'm
care.
so like into the.
Yeah, no.
Mystery.
I would say
Yeah.
like late 20s, early 30s.
I agree. Because the Anchorman was when we were in college. That was like huge when we were in college.
Yeah.
And if he was like adolescence, that would be like 10 years back. Yeah. So like 28, 29, or 30.
God, I love you for saying that. That's
Like something in
Yeah.
there.
Okay, so because he said that, I'm gonna say 30.
Oh, Andy pulls at his neck skin.
Context, yeah.
That's like what he does when he's like really thinking.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
yanks at the
30
neck skin.
32 is my final answer. Meredith, what do you say?
Oh shit! I gotta get more. What happens if we're all over? Does Drew Carey go?
I leave.
I'm sorry, you're all over.
Storm out.
Wait. Have you?
30. I say 31. 31.
Okay, 31. But you haven't done the clothing yet.
What was the?
Oh yeah,
there
your
was a-
fashion.
The fashion was the last one.
Fashion.
Fashion.
God, I mean, look at me. I didn't have really any kind of fashion. I still don't.
What was a trend anyway that
Okay,
you
what
noticed? What was a
well,
trend?
Pass. I don't know.
We have enough with the
Yeah,
TV
okay,
and
okay.
You guys are pretty
movies.
close.
That was good though, Andy. I liked your effort. 31.
31. Is
You
it
both
31?
very tactfully undersold me, which I appreciate. I was born in 1990. I'm 35.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So you were right there.
I definitely was like late
If you
20s.
had been any closer, I would have been really upset.
No, I was like definitely
That would've
thinking
been
like,
very
oh,
rude
then
of
we're
you.
not that far off.
So you guys are early 40s?
Yeah, I'm 42.
Yeah.
I will be 43 next month. Andy's already
43.
fucking paved the way.
Yeah, 43.
43 done it. All right.
Yeah.
Right on. I'm looking forward to it. I've enjoyed my 30s despite the fact that it was all pandemic and then whatever's been after the pandemic. I mean, I turned 30 in January 2020. I was like, this is going to be my decade.
You were right before all the shit.
Yeah. And I had a difficult breakup when I was 28. Had spent a couple of years just really introspecting and figuring myself out. And then 30 was like, this is it. I'm going to get back out there. It was a real Bo Burnham situation. I was like.
So wait, did you do, oh my God, I can't ask this question now. What the fuck, Meredith? Why didn't you ask this sooner? God damn it.
Oh.
All right.
A deep one.
Sorry, some negative self-talk happening. But did you
Go tit for tat
start
on
doing
that.
stand-up like the first time that you went to the club, was that your first time ever trying it?
Yeah, it was. I went to like 3 open mics to watch before I went up on stage.
Okay.
But it was all that summer. Summer 23, so I was 33. And interestingly, I was living in Burlington when the comedy club opened, 2015,
Yeah.
I believe. And with my girlfriend at the time, who then of the breakup, that was the one. And we went to see some shows. We loved it. We had a blast. Loved going. And I even, I had the inkling. I was like, this could be fun. That could be fun.
Okay, so
I'm
that's
funny.
when the seed was kind of planted when you were starting.
I would say.
Okay.
I mean, I made a joke. The first ever open mic set that I ever did. One of the first jokes that I did. Because you go up and you're like, it's my first time, and you want the big cheer because I was like very nervous.
Yeah.
And I did the joke where I was like, this is my first time. Everybody cheered, and I was like, first time doing stand up, just to be clear. Not my first time trying to make people laugh in order to validate my own existence. That's kind of a lifetime pursuit of sorts. And so I've never done that joke again, but I stand by it. I've always used humor as like a tool to relate.
Yeah.
A tool to relate, and also a tool to, I guess, distance in a sense. Like for me, self-deprecating humor, really, which I do. I think not everybody loves self-deprecating humor. I've gotten that feedback of like sometimes my comedy is a little too at my own expense.
Yeah.
And I take that to heart. I don't want to go up there and be like self-loathing like that. I don't want that to be the brand, but self-deprecating humor is very comfortable to me because it really ties into this idea of like, you don't have to tell me my flaws.
Yes.
Because like, I'm telling you my
I know.
flaws.
I've lived with myself.
Yeah, I'm like telling them to you, and I acknowledge them, I own them, and I laugh at them. So like, if you think I'm annoying, like, don't worry about it. I do too.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I've got this bit that I haven't actually done on stage yet, but I've been writing it in my head of like, people have told me that I'm exhausting to be around, and I'm like, how do you think I feel? Like, you can walk away. Wherever I go, there I am, and like, I think there's one of the reasons I enjoy sleeping so much is it's my break. I get a break too. I get to walk away from myself for a little bit and just like shut down, not be me. You know what's weird though? The thing that's stopping me from doing that bit, I haven't done it yet. I probably will because I think it's funny enough. But like nobody ever has actually told me that I'm exhausting to be around.
Yeah, I don't ever feel that about you.
That's my own. That's literally like the premise of that joke just isn't true. I think it's probably something people have felt, but people haven't said. But that's more of my own voice.
Yes.
That's like you are exhausting to these people because
Yes.
every other word out of your mouth is I'm working on a bit about like and comedy definitely like I said, I haven't been doing it that long, just 2 years really. But so since then I feel like I've been even more exhausting because I'm constantly like, oh, I've got a bit about that. Oh, I'm like I've been thinking about that. But I do think humor, getting a laugh, entertaining the people around me has always been a way that I feel like calm in my environment.
Yeah.
It was part of growing up. Like, I love my parents, and they but they were divorced when I was 10. And from then on, we were much happier as a family because they were really, really good co-parents.
Oh,
they were
that's
not
awesome.
a good married couple, at least by the time I got to know them. But they were great co-parents. And so, but I remember those first 10 years, or at least maybe like the 5 to 10. I was the youngest of two, but I really felt like I had to keep the family together.
Yeah.
And so I would cut the tension, or I was very attuned. This is what I've been talking about a lot in therapy, is I was very, very attuned always to how is everybody doing around me. I always knew, is the dad in a good mood, mom in a good mood, sister in a good mood. And it was very important to me to make sure that everybody was in a good space. It was putting their air masks on before mine, right? Like the airplane. My therapist uses that metaphor a lot. And so that has become a big part of my adult life, is understanding how that is both a part of myself that I love. I love that I'm attuned to people and empathetic, and I really just almost by default take perspectives and try to understand. I had a professor in grad school who blew my mind once, and I still think about this every day working with teenagers, that everything somebody does is for a reason. Behavior always makes sense, he would say. And if it doesn't make sense to you, try harder to understand, because
Oh my God, I love that.
There's never nothing behind. Nobody is just like popping off randomly like a kernel of popcorn. There's always something driving behavior. And so if you think behavior is weird and doesn't make any sense, just like think a little bit harder about like what might be motivating that. That really helps me a lot working with teenagers, because what they do seems often like it makes absolutely no sense, but it always does. And so while I do love that quality in myself, it also is a double-edged sword, because I care a lot more about everybody else around me being okay than I care about myself being okay.
I resonate with that so much. And in fact, like it's detrimental to me right now in a way, because this is my first time doing group therapy. And so
Group is wild.
It's really hard to not, I find myself like just crying so much because of what other people are talking about.
Yeah.
Because I just want to fix it. I feel so sad for them. I feel so sad that they are going through what they're going through.
Sure.
And you just feel everything that they feel, and it's just so hard.
Yeah.
And one thing that one of the clinicians told me, which I need to like really make sure I take on board, and I think I've been doing pretty good with it. I have a hard time actually being serious with people versus funny. Like that's actually scarier for me.
Oh yeah.
And so she's like, you need to like, because I've told them like one of my hobbies is stand-up comedy, and she's like, I want you to know that your job is not to entertain us. Like you need to get things out of this. Like you don't need to take care of us. Like you don't need to take care of the people here. Like you don't need to add the levity in the room. Like that's what we do as clinicians if we feel like it's needed. Like that's a skill, and they're actually really good at it. Like I told her, I was like, you guys are actually legit funny. Like there was like this one therapist that I had up at the hospital, and she was like, God love her. Like she was trying, like you could just tell, like she had taken this on, that this was her persona, like, and she was just like trying to live it to the hilt. Like she had a joke of the day cup, and she was like, they were just full of dad jokes. And she's like, I think I like didn't like, and I should have been a stand-up comedian because I'm the funny one. And I remember like sitting there and just going, if this is what sane people find funny, like I'm never going to get out of here. Like I am so fucked. And I was just like, I don't find any, like nothing you've said has made me laugh. And she was just like, like doing all this like shtick. And I was like, I can't, like this is making me feel so much worse. Like I can't. But then these people are actually funny. Like if they wanted to actually come to an open mic and do it, like they could. And so it's like, oh, you do have this. Like you do know how to add levity to the room. It's going to be hard for me to give that up, because that is where I feel like that is what I give.
Yeah.
That's what that's like you said, that's how I feel. Like I need to feel like I have
like value,
worth.
Worth.
That's my worth is doing that. And if I don't have that, like what do I have? And she's like, dude, you are just supposed to sit here and help yourself.
Yeah.
You don't, that is your worth, as being a human and just sitting here, and like we are supposed to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
But for people like us,
man, it's tough to hear.
it's really fucking hard to allow people to do things for you if you've always been the one that you've made yourself feel like you have to be the support for everybody.
Yeah.
And so if someone's like, no, like let other people do that, you're like, oh, but that makes me feel really weak and I hate that. And like, so I totally understand what you're saying. It's like a really roundabout way of saying it. It's like, and sometimes it can be hard at the club. And so I noticed this with Henry, actually. With our oldest, is really good at Rubik's cubing, like crazy speed cuber. And like, for a while, Henry would use that to socialize. So would walk around and like do the speed cube, and then kids would be interested in it. And it was fantastic. It was like, yes, like this is such a good way for kids that maybe feel a little shy. If they have something, they can like kind of walk around the playground and like, I do this, and then it can help kids kind of. But then if you go to a place where everybody's doing that, you're like, how do I do the next level?
Sure.
Because everybody does this, and there's people here that do it way better than me.
Right.
So like how what do I do? And if being serious is hard for me, it can be intimidating.
Yeah. So at the club, you mean you feel like
at the club, it's like that hallway, that freaking.
I was like, did you send
terrifying.
Henry to a Speed Cube Academy?
Yeah, we went. So Henry went. We took Henry to. I'm sorry, I missed that whole section. So we took Henry to like a speed cubing competition.
Okay.
And everybody in the room, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great networking for Henry. But like everybody in the room was a speed cuber.
That makes so much sense.
And was like, oh. Like, what do you do after that?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, this is my special thing.
Right, like,
but if everybody does this special thing, and some people do it, like, way better, you're like, oh, shit.
Right.
Like, what? I've got to work on more of myself than just the comedy, because everybody here does that.
Yeah. No.
So what can I offer?
I feel overwhelmed at the club very often.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a great community.
Yeah, it's an amazing community.
Very welcome there, and but it's also, you know, like it's a long-standing community. People have known each other for a very long time. They've performed together and are friends inside and outside of the community. So it does, you know, I'm not old. As we've established, 35, but I feel like I'm on the old side of the comedy club community. There's a sort of a younger set, and I don't know. I sometimes I'm like, you know, feel like maybe I wish I could be more in, but then other times I'm like, I don't know that I need that or like want that. It feels like something that I should want to strive for, but I don't know if I do want, you know, like.
Yes, I've had that too.
It's weird in that way of like, I sometimes I feel like you know, maybe I would get asked to do more shows, or I'd be the thing, and there's that. But at the same time, I am just that's just kind of who I am. Is I have a very, very tight group of best friends that I grew up with, and I have friends at work, and but I do sometimes exist a little bit more on the periphery of these types of communities, you know, and just kind of learning to lean into that, I think, a little bit.
I kind of like it, actually. Like I feel like you can. Hopefully I would be viewed as this way, like, because you're not immersed in it so much, like you can be that person that is like a safe place for a lot of people, because you don't know all of the gossip, you don't know all of the stuff going on. So you can just be like, oh, I don't want to get involved with that tonight. Like, I just want to kind of sit with someone who I can just like joke with. Yeah. And that's it, because they don't know all of my shit, and they don't know who I've slept with and who I haven't. And, like, they don't know all of the crap that happens in the really tight knit community.
And like ignorance is bliss. And I was like, I'd rather just assume that everybody here is just like loves each other and there's no drama.
That's what I want to assume.
Every time I find out that like somebody doesn't like somebody else, I'm like, what? But I like both of you, and I don't, you know.
And I don't want to know, because I'm like, I want to know you as I know you.
Exactly.
And I don't want anything else unless you've killed someone, unless you've touched someone in places covered by their underwear, and they said no thank you, and you didn't, you know, listen. Like, maybe like
if you're registered on a list.
If you're on a list and it's a bad list, it's a list you don't want to be on. Like the nice list, Santa's list, cool.
Like, I'm gonna check the list to make sure you're not on it. I'm gonna look.
If I'm getting listy vibes, because there's people that have listy vibes. If I'm getting that, I would like. And we've had probably people at the open mics that were on the list.
Could be on the list.
And there was definitely a dude, like my first open mics, that would talk openly about. And I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. Sure. Okay, like we don't want to like
everything's funny,
fetish shame or whatever it is. But he would.
I think I know it.
He would talk openly as if, okay, this was the problem. He would say it as if this is a common thing that people do. And he's like, so I was like, I was like at this party, a really pretty girl would come out of the bathroom, and I'd go in and sniff the toilet seat.
Oh, no.
And I was like,
No.
what?
No.
What?
Mm-mm.
And I was just like, I don't know. Like, maybe you do that and don't say it. Like, maybe that's a list thing. Like, you're giving me list vibes.
That's great.
Like, that's major list vibes.
Yes, we're getting real close to the list. This is so funny that we're talking about the list now because I hosted the open mic. Must have been the week after you were there. It was the end of July or something.
Oh, I was at 126.
Oh,
when I was there because it's
you.
smaller. You know, it's intimate.
No, that makes much more sense for the context.
Yeah.
I was hosting the comedy club open mic, which I do once or twice, a year or so, and I rolled out a new bit that I'm working on. See, it's so fun to be my friend. And my principal at my high school is awesome, and she was a kindergarten teacher for 10 years before.
Oh, so she must be awesome.
She's a
I
badass,
mean, my God,
complete badass.
That's
powerhouse.
so cool.
And but she cracks me up because she speaks like euphemistically the way we do around little kids sometimes. So she was telling me about a kid, some context of it around a kid's family, and she was like, couldn't, the family has a restraining order against dad because dad is an icky person. And then she leans in to like for emphasis and is like, a registered icky person. And it killed me. It absolutely killed me. I knew exactly what she meant, obviously, but then the bit though that I've been trying with that is like maybe there should be like a secondary list that's not the sex offender, but it's like you're gross.
That vibes.
Yeah,
you have vibes.
I don't like.
Yes.
Yeah, you should be on a list, and not,
you're
like,
on this list.
Yeah, like, and then I started to, of course, for a bit like that, you need some like punchy examples, and so I was, one of the ones that I did was like, if you have come to this open mic tonight, prepared to do more than half of your set talking about your own genitals, you're on the list. Like I'm like,
shit, I'd be on that list.
No, yeah, but men. But men. Women can't be on the list. Just men. This is just a list for men. It's like, if you wink regularly and with sincerity. Like I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying like you should have to tell a potential employer that that's your vibe. Like
it's not a nervous twitch. It's like very intentional.
You think it's cute, like if you call your waiter baby and you think she's vibing with you, like I just think your neighbors deserve to know that about you. You know what I mean? Like, not jail. I'm not saying jail. Let the folks around you know that's the type of person you are.
Actually, I would love it if that was a list because sometimes you get like into like a friendship and then like you see them out at a certain place and you're like, oh, I'm really deep in this friendship now, and I didn't know that was the thing you did, and now how the fuck do I extricate myself from this?
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely. I think we need a secondary list. I think we need a lot more lists. We shouldn't be...
And surveys.
Yeah.
You should have a friend survey. You're like, have you ever thought of doing X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
Like, I used to say that about, like, sometimes I've been at jobs where it's like very tight knit, and one of the cool tight knit people has gone off to do other things, and we have to look for another person, and I'm like, you need to let me help you, like hire the next person. Like if they watch, and I said, if they watch the following things, they cannot be here. If they are the type of person who, when they get pump gas, they actually put their hand over the thing to protect their PIN, and they call their PIN their personal identification number. They don't use PIN. They are not allowed to be hired here. If they and then you show them certain YouTube videos, and you're like, if you don't find this funny, you're not allowed to be here.
Yeah.
If you don't how much NPR do you listen to? How much do you understand?
Yeah. They need a test. You need a test.
And if they understand too much, they are not allowed to be here.
They're too high IQ. They're
it's like, I can't talk to you. Yeah. Then you need to go.
I work on a very tight-knit counseling team, and my best friend moved to another team, and And so we were filling her role, and I did the exact same thing. I was like, let me be in the interview, and I'm just going to throw out some vibe checks.
Yes,
You know,
because it's so freaking
yeah.
important.
Like one big thing at schools is we all have like if you have to do something extra, like beyond your normal contract, they call it an extra duty. Extra duty. That's what they call it. Yeah. And you know, so like if you go sit in the cafeteria during lunch, that's lunch duty. That's lunch duty. So I was like, just let me go in the interview and just throw out a couple like extra duty, lunch duty. If we don't get any laughs, like
yes, see,
no,
I agree because you have to work with that person all the time.
100%.
Oh my God!
It was very.
People ask the wrong
joking,
question.
but it was very serious to me that we got somebody on the team who's gonna vibe because you work so closely. You have to.
You do,
yeah,
and you have to know. Like so when I worked at the school cafeteria, I had a secret fart place, and and it wasn't that secret because I would be like, nobody go in the walk-in right now.
Like I'm doing my secret time. I
was like, okay, guys, like I can't.
There's food in there, right? What are you doing? Frozen. It's frozen, and then the fart particles freeze, and they fall.
Like, these apples came in ripe. Why are they brown? Like, why?
Meredith's secret freezer time. Everything has spoiled.
I have secret fart places everywhere I work. I cannot fart in public. I hate it.
Okay.
I will hold a fart like forever.
Oh, we could just do another hour just unpacking that.
I know. Yeah. So the worst was I worked at this place that does screen printing and embroidery, and I was like the assistant manager of the embroidery department. Who the fuck gave me that job? I don't fucking know.
Sounds like you applied for it.
There was nothing. It was like, you've been here the longest, so you go up. It was very much like Michael Scott.
Queen of embroidery now.
So the thread room was my secret fart room, and
sounds like an important room.
It was fun. It was like the room where all the colors were. It was really pretty. Yeah. So I would go in there and be like, oh, I'm gonna get some like thread for this job, and I would go in there and I'd fart. That was my secret fart room. And so the worst thing ever happened. Like I went in there and I did my secret fart and I came out, and then they had a tour that went in right after. And I was like, oh God, we are not getting that client. I just ruined that.
You should have. I think you could have been like, listen, I just got some thread in there, and there was somebody. They flew out the window, but before they did it, they were farting. I don't know who it was. I didn't get a good look. But
oh God, Ian, I gotta tell you one other story from that job because I can't believe I did not get fired. So I was like, this was like my first I got this on my own merits job. Like my parents didn't help me get it.
You know, no nepotism involved here. Yeah.
So when a thread spool would run out, it was like this. It was like a cone. You'd have like a plastic cone, and it was like that year. Like Time Magazine was doing a Pee Wee Herman retrospective. So I bought the magazine and I cut out a bunch of Pee Wees.
Sure.
And any empty thread spool, I taped a Pee Wee onto it. And I put it on my machine. Yes. So when the machine moved, Pee Wee would jiggle back and forth.
I love that. Why would that get you fired?
Okay, this is really bad. Andy remembered.
Oh. Okay. All right.
So these are huge. It was like an industrial sewing machine, 15 heads.
Sure.
Yeah. And so this client came in and they had a Patagonia jacket and it was their personal jacket and we had to put a company logo on it and they were in the waiting room.
Okay.
So my boss is like, dude, I'm going to do this. I'll just use your machine. So he put it on and I was over around the corner trimming all the little QCing everything.
Sure.
And so all of a sudden I heard this awful sound. It was like a T-Rex. It was like, and then there was a chunk, a big, huge chunk. And then my boss, it was like, Meredith, screamed. And my friend Jesse came around. He's like, don't go in there. I was like, what do you mean? I looked over and he was taking my wiggly Pee-wee and he was chucking him like really mad in the trash.
Oh, he didn't.
So what had happened
have
was
a sense of humor.
no, what had happened was the machine was going and Pee-wee fell off and went into the machine and jammed it, and the needle had gone all over this guy's Patagonia jacket. And I had to get called into a conference room the next day, and they're like, you are not allowed to put any more Pee-wees or anything on your machine. That was a really expensive coat. And like, if you fuck up again, like that's going to be it. Like that was the closest I ever came to getting like legit fired from a job.
Yeah.
And it was because I was stupid. I farted in the thread room and I put Pee-wee on top of the machine and it almost fucking broke this like $10,000 machine.
I really feel for you though, because those are both pretty. Who could have foreseen? You know, like that's just you have. I did so much worse stuff when I was 23 at my first job. Like we're not gonna talk about it on here. Like that is just bad luck, man. Like,
well, and Andy's like, why didn't he move the Pee-wee?
Yeah.
If he knew this was like a really important like jacket and a really important client, why wouldn't you assess the situation and go, that Pee-wee might fall into this $10,000 machine. I'm gonna tell Meredith later on.
Yeah.
This is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, this might. Yeah, but I'm gonna fix it first before. Yeah, that guy fucking sucks, dude. That's not on you. I'm more Pee-wee, I say. More Pee-wee.
Nothing's ever my fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault you ran into the knife.
That's amazing. Oh my God. I'm glad we're basically out of time because I have some terrible stories that I should not tell on camera.
I had one too okay. I've got to tell my one terrible story that I heard this weekend.
You have to.
Okay.
Now that you said that.
And we're not eating. We're all set.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So
I got a strong story.
A friend of mine told me this story, and I can't believe that this actually happened.
Go. I can't wait.
So he said that there was this fair in like, I don't think it was Addison County Fair and Field Days. He said it was like some like fair, like not in Chittenden County, that was out in the middle of nowhere.
Like Tunbridge, maybe?
I don't know.
It could be. There's one in Lamoille too. Yep.
Yeah.
And he was talking to the guy who was like the mayor of the town, or like he helped to organize this fair.
Okay.
And there was like,
probably was the mayor. They don't do much.
I always think that the mayors do everything like in like old cartoons. He gives the key to the city and he does everything.
That's basically the situation.
And he wears a top hat and he deems things and walks around with paperwork. He's like deemed.
You've been deemed and redeemed and
he always has like a little belly and he's like got checkered pants.
Yeah, and he does say he has keys and he can give them to people. He can
he has
keys to the city. I mean, the city is a lot of different
fair
buildings.
City. He calls it a fair city. Like, this is my fair city.
There's one key that goes to all the. I don't know how the key to the city works.
What does the key? How does the key to the city? There's no
door
gate
in the whole city, or is it just?
I don't know.
Yeah, like what's the key to?
Is it a master key?
Is it like what the hell is the name of that thing? I almost said Nocturne Alley.
Diagon Alley.
No. The freaking when you know what I'm trying to say, that's ridiculous.
From Harry Potter.
No,
not Harry Potter.
The freaking thing from Braveheart, Andy, that you and I and Stetson always talk about, where you screw the wife before the guy gets to screw her.
First like the wedding night.
Yeah.
That's an.
What is it called? And it starts with an N. That's the key. Like he gets
the
key.
Right.
It's like he gets to screw the wives first. Yes.
Right. The first right to the first.
I want to say Nocturne. That's not it. Or Nosferatu. That's our thing. That's not it.
It's not. Probably not Nosferatu. We'll Google it later.
Okay.
Wait, so that's what the mayor.
No. I'm getting off on a Meredith tangent. Okay, so the mayor, there was a fair, and he organized it. Whoever this guy was,
the king of the fair.
The king of the fair, which I want to be that. That sounds great.
It's living the dream.
So there was a carnival worker, because I feel like it's not okay to call them carnies. I don't know. That feels weird.
That's out?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might be. I don't know.
I don't think so, because I don't think it's racial. I think it just refers to carnival.
Are you allowed to say carny?
Well, I don't think it's here. I think like like gypsy is out because
Yeah,
that's,
you can't say that.
and then therefore you can't say like you gypped me, like
Right.
that's
Right,
gone.
those are
but, like,
all
I don't
done.
think carny has a root in a. I think its root is
We are
carnival.
gonna probably be bitch slapping ourselves in the future for saying this right now.
This
We
is
don't
gonna
know.
lose me my spot on SNL.
Yeah, you're on a
right
list.
Now. Yeah, this is it. This is my Shane Gillis moment.
You're giving listy
I'm
vibes.
like, everybody can say carny, and then in 10 years they're gonna cancel me. Shit. All right.
Okay, so this was the
carnival
story.
worker.
This like, I think he was a small man, like a small carnival worker, very tiny in stature and build.
Diminutive.
Got sucked into an industrial fan, and he just like, you know that thing that Jared Hall says about he'll be missed. Like that's what that guy. My friend said that this man told him that the carnival worker just fucking disappeared,
misted?
and he was just red
This happened in
paste
Vermont?
on the ground.
Yeah.
I
No
haven't
way.
Googled it yet, but he was like, but then the mayor guy was like, he didn't have any identification, and he was just like, we think he was just like a transient. Nobody like knew about his family or anything. He just he just disappeared
nothing to
into
identify.
like flesh and
Yeah.
bone, and that was it. And he got sucked into the industrial fan, and he was missed. And now
not sound
nobody
like
knows
he's
about
very
this
missed.
poor man, and he just got. Like, doesn't that crazy?
Hang on. This happened this summer?
No, like
No,
this
no.
happened in the past.
Oh, in the past. Okay.
And
Thank
this
God.
guy, this coworker,
would've
I
heard
think
about
he
it.
was a coworker of our friend, told the story about the guy.
Yeah.
And like, what the fuck?
Dude, that's nuts. I mean,
And I think the fair continued.
I
I
would
don't
think
think
so.
they canceled it.
no, why would you cancel it?
Because a man died.
Yeah, well,
a
that's
carnival
there's a-
worker, carnival enthusiast.
Probably at the time they were calling him a
Died.
carny. If it wasn't this summer, I think carny's been okay up until now.
Like what?
That's so gnarly.
He told me that, and he was cooking pizza and just said it like it was nothing.
That's not like an urban myth.
I don't
Like,
know. I'm gonna
the
definitely
time
do
the
some
carny
deep
got
diving.
sucked into the fan. It's just like it.
Well, maybe we're starting it now.
Yeah, or restarting it.
Yeah.
A jet engine, yeah, but like an industrial fan. Like,
That's
I
what
know
I'm thinking. Like,
they
wouldn't
could
the
suck
blade
a human
stop?
body? Like,
Maybe he tumbled. Maybe he was
somebody
like
pushed
on it.
him.
I don't know.
Or he
That's what I'm
tripped
saying.
into
There's
the-
more to this story
And I
than
feel like-
just this fan chopped this dude up.
An industrial fan, I feel like mangles the shit out of it, but it doesn't mist somebody.
Yeah.
Like a jet engine.
This guy,
you're
our friend, was like,
disintegrated, but
he got
big fan,
like
I don't know.
freaking. That was it.
I feel like this is one of those big fish stories. Like I feel like
But it's a big fish story because he got real small.
He got his less and less of him is surviving.
Yeah,
to the
he
end
was
of the
like
story.
this.
I think somebody died because they fell into a giant
And-
fan. They probably cut half their head off or something. And then just like over the last 30 years, it's become
That
he
he
was
turned
missed.
into
Yeah, like
mist.
yeah, like there's no fucking way.
Jared Hall, if you're watching this now, your joke is legit.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna be googling my
I
entire drive
know
home.
that's
I'm
what,
gonna
and
be-
I can't believe I haven't been googling it since he told me. Like carnival worker
Yeah,
missed.
yeah.
Like that's maybe all we have to
Yeah,
type
that's-
in.
my
That could
search
be a
history
scent, a
after this
perfume
podcast
scent
is
that
gonna
we
be-
find out. There's carnival worker missed.
What's the you want to?
Carnival worker missed by
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Andy's gonna find out that women love that smell, and he's gonna start wearing it as his
Oh,
own.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah, he will because he loves
That's a
the scent. He
callback.
smells like a woman.
Oh, God. I really do, though. I do love body mists.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
so
yeah.
end of episode. Everyone look up the carnival worker
Yeah.
myth story. Everybody, what else should they do? Do a call to action, Ian Paul.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this whole episode to even remember. I feel like I feel like we spent half the episode or more. There was something at the beginning where you were just like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Guess." And then that became like 50
That's
minutes
what
at
happens
least.
down
But I
here.
can't even remember what
There's
was
a time
happening.
warp.
That like, so it's gonna drive me insane to watch this back and be like, "Oh, I was gonna say this. Oh, that's where I was going
and
with
we
that."
never got to Lego.
got
We
there.
just talked so much. We
did-
never even.
What it is? We'll just have to do a part 2.
Yes,
you know?
there's
We'll-
a part 2 that's like a craft
we'll
part that
come
we
back and do
just
more
do an,
sometime.
an
we
action.
also wasted, God, I don't know, how 15, 20,
Andy,
25
that
minutes
wasn't a
with the
waste.
audio.
You were being so like productive
that's
and
just-
trying so
that's
hard.
Part of the business.
Yeah.
I've done 1,000 podcasts, and there's
Yeah, I've done like 5.
I've never done. This is my first time, and it was so much fun. I would love to do this more.
Yeah, can we like lure you back down to do some Legoing and some
absolutely.
talking about
I'll
carnival
just leave
workers?
this here, and the next time I'm
Oh
down,
God,
I'll do it. Yeah.
I don't know if I can be trusted.
Should I not leave? I mean,
I'm going to
trusted.
put them together if they're down here.
That would be fine if you did that. But,
Are you? No, because we have to do it together.
I can take it home and lock it in a drawer. And
That's probably what needs to happen.
All right, I'll do that.
Because if you and I, I can't. I don't buy the Lego sets because I can't.
I have such a problem.
I would, if I didn't have kids to support, I would buy them.
Yeah.
There's an Elvis one that I want. You can make multiple different versions of his face, which. The
Elvis.
Lego sets are so cool that you can do that.
They're
and
so good.
there's a Jaws one out right now.
Yeah.
And I've seen it so many times at Barnes & Noble. And I'm like, nope, you have to be responsible.
Barnes & Noble has
tires for your car.
Some of the sets they have out right now are outrageous. And like in a good way. You know, they're just the detail and the intricate. Like I've most gotten into the botanicals recently.
They're so pretty.
They're amazing.
Oh
and
my God, they're so pretty.
Like I've never been a actual plant person. I kill them, you know, I don't have a green thumb. But I and I've always really more like sort of the traditional modular builds with the traditional pieces, and like all the botanicals have these like flowery pieces.
And they have hinges.
Yeah.
The hinges are so cool.
All of that for a long time. I was like, nah, I don't think that's for me. And then I did a couple and I was like, this is the shit. And
they're so pretty.
And you can change the way they look. And then the nice you can't kill them.
Yeah.
You can't.
I enjoy that too.
Just as beautiful, you know, but you can't kill it. And so but the thing is I rent and I don't have a ton of space. So it's spilled over to my office at work. It's become this amazing talking point, you know, because people of all ages love Lego.
That's what happens with me. Like, and I've talked about it with Andy, like if I built one of those sets, where the hell would we keep it? Yeah. And then I'm like, well, if the joy is building it, then maybe I build it and I have it for a bit and then I sell it. Because probably the real resell value for those is probably pretty good if you have all the pieces, right?
It's not great for like pre-built sets.
Okay, but if I took it all apart though,
it would get better.
And then sold it, okay.
The best resale value is unopened, like in the original bags, like.
That's not going to happen.
No.
There's
and
no
it never
way.
would. I mean, and I think that's all. I don't think that. The point of Lego is to build it and have fun and have joy. And there's tons of people will sell them already built, and people will buy it that way.
Oh, that would be. You're just. What's the point?
You'll have to sell it for like half of what you know. You're not gonna make a profit, but you're gonna. And then somebody.
That would be fun taking apart too, though.
Yeah.
I would find that fun taking it apart.
Well, and the thing, like I started with the like stop motion, putting it together.
Oh, I loved your videos so much.
It was so interesting doing that, and it's I know I'm running the clock here. It's your bedtime.
No, we're good.
It's really fun because obviously Lego gives you the instructions to how to build it, and but their instructions are for maximum ease of build, right? So sometimes you'll build things in chunks and then chunk the chunks together. But for stop motion, I was realizing as I was going that that's not really how you want to build it for a video like that. You want it to like look like it's growing like piece by piece, right?
Yeah, because you actually build things in like chunks.
Often, that's how they want.
Put all the wheels together. Put all the
And so I had to do a lot of kind of like reading ahead and reverse. Like if this is how it's all going to go together, how do I need to put it together?
That's really cool, Ian. That's super cool.
Yeah, it ended up taking longer, obviously, than putting together. But I really enjoyed watching that video.
It's so cool.
Yeah. And I have a couple other sets in my like backlog of sets that I have, which is so stupid to have.
Wait, you have a backlog of sets?
I do. I buy them because I think they're going to be really fun to build.
I don't even want to know. That would be like, I just want to see what you have. I just want to like. If you had any that you would want to offload.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would take it. But if you want to resell it and it's in the bag, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just so I could build it.
I'll send
and
you
then
everything.
Give it back.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be totally fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like we could have a library. You have like a Lego library.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Dude, I would fucking love that. Okay, Lego library.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I would love that.
I'll send you the ones that I have. I think I have like I probably have like 50 sets.
Are you serious?
It's really Well, I've recently decided that there is no future, which I try not to say very often around people with kids, but it is sort of a and that's overstating it. But you worry about what you got to save. You got to save for retirement. You got to do all this stuff. I'm like, recently decided to prioritize like joy in the moment.
I love that.
And,
Andy and I are doing that too, and it's really nice. It's so nice.
Yeah, it just takes a little pressure off, I think, to me, of like living. So I mean, I love my job. I could make much worse money, but I could also make much better money. And I don't have a ton in savings, but I often beat myself up about that, right? Like I'm not great with money, and I sometimes I go see Fish concerts, and I spend way too much money.
And Goose. Do you see his hat, Andy?
Dude, are you going to Goose in September?
Yes.
Waterfront?
Absolutely, yes. And I got tickets for Goosemas too in Providence.
Goosemas!
Nice.
Oh my God, that's cool.
I have gotten really into Fish is the first love, and then Goose in the last couple of years. I'm just like, these guys are fucking killing it.
Okay, dude, you gotta watch the.
No, Andy, it's yours too.
You gotta watch the latest. I think it's from August 1st. Billy Strings plays with Dead and Company.
Oh hell yeah! Oh my God! Oh, because they're doing the concerts in the park in the Golden Gate. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man! And I think
you
Trey
guys
was
should just
there.
have a podcast where you talk about music.
Oh, that'd be
stuff.
fun. I could
Andy's
talk about music forever.
a music head.
I love, I get self-conscious about it though, because like not everybody likes Fish, and a lot of people actually hate them. And
Andy started to get into them though. You were listening to them more during
I
COVID.
Completely fell in love. So Billy was my gateway into bluegrass, but then also oddly into jam band.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of overlap.
God, Billy is amazing.
He's
so fucking
incredible.
good.
But then Goose also was my gateway into it. I'm like, what is? I love this. This is great. Nice long 17-minute jam, and up and down, dynamics,
and all the costumes and stuff they do are so cool. Andy will show me he kind of knows what I like, and he'll be like, "Oh, you got to see this," and it's all their Halloween specials or
Billy Strings,
so
Lord of the Rings.
cool.
That was sick. Yeah,
so neat.
Yeah, I saw I saw a Goose this summer at Westville, Connecticut with some buddies, and then I saw 6 Fish shows.
That's cool.
Because they do these runs, 3 shows, and so Manchester, New Hampshire, and Saratoga, New York.
I saw the video of the Manchester.
Oh my God, dude! I mean, I'm these were my the 6th show that I saw this summer was my 48th Fish show.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah. And I
That's
started
so cool.
in 2012, so I wasn't even I grew up in Vermont, but I wasn't OG 90s. People will talk about the golden era, and I missed all that. I was a kid.
There's a great book about that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to get it.
Oh, I might. Yeah, I would. I'm always looking for more. I like I said earlier, I think the Chili Peppers were my big first love, and I went to Bonnaroo in 2012.
Oh my God, Ian, that's so cool.
Chili Peppers, Radiohead, Fish were headliners.
Oh my God, what a great show!
It was cool. Radiohead, Friday night,
Radiohead
blew
too.
my face off.
Oh my God, what
Saturday,
a great
Chili
show!
Peppers, I was over the moon, and then I was like, okay, Sunday, we're about to get out of town, but Fish is the big closer for the weekend. Let's go see the Fish show, and then we'll hit Carnival.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Blew my mind. It was my first Fish show, and I then from there that was 2012. Rabbit Hole, 13 years later, I'm almost at 50, and in the middle you're like, see one Fish show, you've seen them all, kind of you get to that point. Not that that's not every Fish show is different. Just to be clear, they do different set lists at every show, and it's a lot of fun. That's kind of why you keep going back. But after a certain point, whatever. But the 6 shows that I saw this summer were unfucking believable. They're just they're back to this other level, and I don't need to go on and on about it, but they're peaking in a way that most people in their 60s do not, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And then with Goose, just I shouldn't go on and on, but what's so fun with Goose is because I missed the Fish 90s. I feel like that's what I'm seeing now with Goose in this era.
That's cool. Andy's you get to watch a band actually get.
I saw their first
grow.
The first show that they played at SPAC, and you can just see. I mean, these kids grew up in Connecticut. They clearly saw Fish at SPAC, saw Dave at SPAC. It meant so much to them to be there, and you can hear it in their voices. They talk to the crowd, and they're like, "Thank you so much," and it's like watching someone's dream come true, right in front of you. And then every time you see them, they're at a bigger show. They're getting better and better. I wasn't able to be there, but I streamed their Madison Square Garden headline show this summer, and they fucking tore the building down.
Man, that's
And I've
so
seen Fish
cool.
do MSG 6 or 7 times, and they always tear the building down. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're at the Fish level yet, but like they're definitely just like skyrocketing right now, and it's really fun to watch just them in that, moment, you know.
Andy and I like hunt for that. We'll be like, who is it? Jesse Wells now. Andy's been watching, and it's cool to like, he'll be like, oh, he's with this person now, and you're like watching
like
them
that
start to
singer-songwriter,
build.
Like long blonde hair, right?
Yeah,
Is that?
It's like Shirley Lane. He's like commonly compared to like the modern day Bob Dylan.
He's amazing. He's
I just
so
saw him
good.
on Subway Takes. He did a Subway Takes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said everybody's drinking too much water.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
They're talking into the microphone.
Cancer's up. Yeah.
Everybody's
Mental
drinking
health's up.
too much water.
Yeah, he says it like 3 times.
water.
Yeah, too much water.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. He's a gem, man.
So he did an interview because Andy and I were like, we really like his music, but we were like, oh, I wonder what he's like in an interview setting.
Yeah, so you told me, you said that. We had that conversation, and I'm like, oh, I should do that. And then that was the first interview.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, we just haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet.
So you guys going to the Waterfront show, Goose, in September?
Well,
we should go together. It'd be fun.
Oh, no.
No. I mean, I have so I did what I always do, which is like, kind of like, I shouldn't.
He's
save
like that
money
about all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But anyways, I have a lead on a ticket.
Oh, are they sold out?
I think they're sold out.
Holy shit.
I think
they're big now.
Wait, they're not?
Well, I don't know. I guess the Waterfront's not that big now that I think about it. They probably are. I would just
Andy, you should get on that
freaking
freaking ticket, dude.
Dude,
I don't know how many
Waterfront.
times I've told
Have you
him.
seen shows down there before?
I know.
Because you could probably...
We saw George Clinton down there, and that guy was like, that was awesome.
I saw MGMT on the Waterfront.
That's
It's a sick
awesome.
show. Humphreys on the Waterfront. Yeah, I bet you anything you could get a ticket. We could find a way. Or if not, you could just...
Yeah.
I'll sneak you in my little purse.
Andy's very compactable.
Yeah, I bet you could fold
He's
right
like
up.
a transformer.
Yeah. I'll give you a piggyback, and we'll be having so much fun, they're not going to stop us.
He like sucks on his dick, and it makes him into a little circle, and then he like rolls
That's
in
what I
like
was
a little,
thinking.
like the missing piece. Like,
you can't believe it until you see it. Yeah. We'll find tickets. We'll find one for you and one for you. We'll all go.
Oh, man, that would be actually really fun.
Well, and the kids.
Yeah, that would be fun too.
They're always free.
Yeah.
Bastards are always free.
Right.
That's the only time kids are free, by the way.
pass for 12
They
or
are
under.
very expensive usually. That's the only time they're free. That's the only time, people. So don't have a baby
That's not a
and think they're
PSA.
free.
Yeah.
They're actually very expensive.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Well, that would be very fun. That would be fun to hang out socially sometime.
Ian, this was super fun.
This was great.
Last clink.
Yes, clinky.
Clink.
And
Yay!
my friend as well. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Ian.
Yeah.
This was great.
What a blast. I would do this again anytime. When you redo the whole set and you're like, we're starting fresh again.